Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Rowan Salisbury School CTE. This is Work-Based Webinar Wednesday. This week, we are highlighting our manufacturing career cluster. We have some very special guests here who can't wait to share some insightful information. So without further ado, I'll just introduce myself and then we'll go around and we'll do some introductions. So my name is Dominique Bates. I am the Associate Director of CTE in Work-Based Learning and Community Partnerships.
Good morning. I'm Blair Goodell. I'm an instructional and career coach based at South Arena High School for Rowan Salisbury School's Career and Technical Education.
Hi, my name is Diane Folk, and I teach engineering classes at J.C. Carson High School in China Grove for Rowan Salisbury Schools.
Good morning. My name's Tony Bean, and I'm the program chair for engineering and engineering technology programs at Rowan Cabarrus Community College.
Good morning. I'm Tom Marin. I'm the Atlantic Region Manager for a company called Heimer. We produce tooling for the metal cutting industry.
Hi, I'm Myra White, and I am currently a freshman at Rowan Cabarrus Community College, majoring in welding and mechanical engineering technology.
Hey, welcome to all of you, and thank you so much for joining this webinar. I think we can start today by speaking about your career journey and how you got to where you are today. So if Diane, you want to kick it off for us?
Yes, I would love to. My career journey, I always tell my students that I'm old, so started a long time ago, and I do have an engineering degree and worked in the engineering field, both in the private and public sector for several years. I then was a stay-at-home mom and decided to get back into work, I guess, and kind of took my engineering education and got a degree. I have my master's in education and have used that to teach math, science, and now these engineering classes at Carson High School. So I guess I like that because it allows me to use the engineering degree, which was my first love, and then turn that into developing interest in others in the field of engineering, not just one, but in all fields of engineering and manufacturing.
I guess I'm starting, or not starting, but I'm kind of in the middle of my second career. I spent a number of years after high school in construction, and was actually a plumbing and heating contractor, self-employed for a number of years. Had some health problems with my back and went back to college when I was 37. And if I hadn't run out of money, I'd probably have a PhD by now. But graduated at UNC Charlotte with an engineering degree after coming through Rowan Cabarrus, and ended up coming back here and started off as an evening instructor, and then have been here ever since. So have really enjoyed this second career as much or more than the first one.
And hi, I'm Tom Marin. My background is very similar to a lot of your students right now. When I was in high school, at that time it was called BOCES, but I participated in a 2-year technical school, graduated from high school, was hired as an apprentice machinist, completed my apprenticeship, and I'm a journeyman machinist. Throughout the course of the years, I've moved into sales. I worked for a company that came into the U.S. about 20 years ago. No one knew who our company was. And 20 years later now, I'm the Atlantic Region Manager for the company, and we're known worldwide as far as precision cutting tool holders, balancing machines, heat shrink machines, and pre-setting machines.
And
I will say, pardon me?
Keep going, Tom. You're good.
Okay. I will say the most important suggestion I can make to a high school student is to apply yourself now, because that is the blueprint for your entire future. Myra, continue doing what you're doing. There is such a shortage of skilled tradespeople throughout the entire marketplace today, from machinists, welders, electricians, plumbers. We desperately need people in our industries, and you can make some very good money in there.
And being a freshly new graduate from Western High School, I just fell in love with the agriculture courses, and that's where I found my passion for welding, was just being in that shop, burning metal. That's what I loved. And also taking the new classes. We had a drafting class that just started my senior year, and drawing on the computer, like that just got my little nerd self into it, and I just enjoyed it very much. That's why I enjoy my engineering portion now.
All right. So if you all wouldn't mind sharing, what makes your role in the manufacturing industry unique?
What makes my as a teacher, as a high school teacher, I think what makes mine unique is that we, in my class, in all of the classes that I teach, there is some part of teaching the design process. And if you Google the design process, there's a lot of different processes out there. But just to get the students to realize that there is this process and that manufacturing uses it. They really use it every day in their lives. But and I try to teach that so that they understand that what they are learning in school is really applicable not only to their everyday life, but to a career. And so when we look at manufacturing through this process, so that they understand that there is a tie to what we're doing, and that if they realize this and look at it, that and learn it, that they can be successful.
I think where my role comes in is after Diane and those of you at the high school level, when we get students in, such as Myra, that have found they like welding or they like CAD or something like that, then we can further help them develop their skills so that they can go out and get a job. We've got advisory boards for all of our programs made up of people in the industry, and those people say, hey, we need CAD operators, or we need people to program robots or do PLC or something like that. So we know what the need is based on what industry is telling us. So we have the role of getting the students prepared. And a lot of times students get here to do one thing and then find out, hey, I kind of like doing this better, Mm-hmm. So we've got a lot of options here. So it's good to have that option and be able to prepare students and our students here, and either people that's been in the workforce that are looking for career changes, prepare them the same and see them go out and get back to work in the workforce.
Right.
I guess what makes my career unique is starting out from a trade school, going to night school, completing an apprenticeship, moving to the position where I'm at now, where I've seen everything from companies that manufacture dental implants to SpaceX and to Blue Origin companies. It's taken me on a path where I've seen very unique manufacturing processes, components being produced that become mainstream. I've seen different fighter jets being produced, been ability to work on a number of military bases, and even including the FBI.
Wow. Wow.
So with my portion, it's kind of different since I haven't been in the workplace yet. But with me being a student at Rowan Cabarrus, like Tony said, there is places where you find stuff that you do enjoy. Because I walked into the shop for my TIG class and I did not like TIG at all. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. But I actually come to enjoy it and love it out of all the other welding. So even though the manufacturing industry is different, being a female, I'll have a lot of struggles through my path, but being an independent woman, that's the only way I'll get through it.
Good. Exactly, Myra. I hear you.
Right on, Myra.
Go, Myra.
Right on, girl.
Myra, you're not unique. I've seen a number of women engineers over the years. plant managers. So keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah. A lot of times when we talk to employers, especially in the manufacturing industry, they always say attention to detail is one of the most one of the most prolific skills that one of their potential employees could have. And so I know you have attention to detail. I know that most women do. And so, I mean, you got that going for you. You have that on your side. And also, I have a question. I have a question for you guys. And I know that because I don't think a lot of people realize in the manufacturing industry, when they think manufacturing industry, they think just someone that's on the floor or running a machine. Can you speak to just the different jobs or different career paths that are a part of the manufacturing industry? Anybody? Tom, I know you have the most experience, but
I could go on forever, Dominique. Yes, you're correct. You're out on the floor. If you apply yourself, you can do extremely well. I had actually sent Colleen, I don't know if she shared it with you, Blair. There was an article on apprenticeships in the business page the day before last. And it mentioned you have to you get your bachelor's degree, you're out in the workforce. And it takes you approximately 5 years to get to the level of where if you apply yourself as a machine operator to a machinist, you're making comparable, if not more, wages than a college graduate. Just basically, we need the people in our industry right now. This is the future of manufacturing in the United States, and there is such a shortage across the board that it's very critical right now.
Right.
I think too, there's still that stereotype of manufacturing from years ago where you've got machine operators that stand in one place and just do the same repetitive motion for 8-hour shifts and go home. And manufacturing is not like that at all anymore. It's a specialized skill. The PLC programming, the robotics, just the maintenance and stuff like that it's almost a skilled trade in itself.
Yeah.
And
There's so many
Dominique,
different. I'm sorry. Go on.
I'm sorry. No, Tom, you go ahead.
What you're saying is true, Tony. I mean, you could branch out from simply pushing a button on a machine on the floor, and it'll take you to programming, CAD, CAM, manufacturing engineering, lead man, production planner. Like I said, I moved from an apprentice machinist to a journeyman machinist. I held product managers positions, application engineers. I did programming over the years. So you're limiting yourself to how far you want to go. You apply yourself, you can literally travel the world. And I know I have. Just from a lowly machinist, I've been to Japan, to Germany. So it's not just simply pushing a button, standing there anymore, or getting dirty and going and having to clean up. You can take it to wherever you want to.
And then I even think a career that I see that is emerging, growing, whatever you want to call it, is the logistics side of manufacturing. So is the supply chain, all of those kind of things that students need to realize that it's not always the that side of the hands-on, the actual, for lack of a better term, I'll say get your hands dirty side of it. But there is that logistics side, and we talked about that this week at Carson about how that's going.
And like with the welding portion, like you have to know like what metal you are messing with. Like if you just think, oh, I can just walk in and turn it on and just weld right on, like no, you could either burn a hole in the metal or the penetration will not fully go through that metal. So it is a lot of work with the welding side of it, and you will be in odd positions to where you will probably be cramped underneath a pipe or like a flat surface. So you just need to know what you're working with and that you're not going to be standing up 24/7.
Lots of great information. I appreciate that. One more little bit here. What advice would you give your teenage self?
And I would like to springboard off of what Tom said about all of his role in to grow to the position that he is, because my advice was to watch and listen. And what I meant by that is that you always need to be looking for a positive role model. And, that person may not be a formal mentor to you, but no matter what job or just in life, look around for people that are exhibiting characteristics that you may think, I'd like to be that person, or I think it would be cool to have the traits or the characteristics that they have, and just watch them and listen to them. I think that is something that will help you go far if you will just pay attention to those around you and try to learn and adopt the characteristics based on what you see as their way to their success.
I think my advice would be, first and foremost, find something you really like to do and become good at it. If in Myra's case, if you like welding, then go be the best welder you can be. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to, don't think just because you've selected something you want to do now that you can't change later on. And, take all the skills you've had from the whole time and put them together to do whatever you need to do. But find something you like to do, because if you don't like to do it, you're not going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't improve on Diane or Tony. I mean, Diane nailed it. Relationships are everything. Throughout all this mess right now, what's kept my business good is relationships. I cover 9 states in the Southeast. It is relationships in every one of those states that have helped me carry on for the last 6-7 months.
Yeah.
So mine would probably be not to get all caught up in my GPA. I was a student to make sure my GPA was high enough to stay in these different clubs, but knowing now like how the high school is growing with their drafting classes and agriculture classes, I wish I could go back and take all of those now. Because since I'm passionate about welding and passionate about the AutoCAD and mechanical engineering portion, I would focus more on those. That way I could be perfect before I stepped into college. That way I was able to grow more and more about my skills.
Wow. That is all wonderful advice. I appreciate you guys speaking to our students and giving them wonderful information. I appreciate you taking your time out of your day to share some thoughtful things. And Dominique, are you frozen?
I'm not frozen.
You are?
I don't think. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Am I good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So
yeah.
I've been over here taking notes. So if you see me dropping my head, it's not because I'm embarrassed by anything that you're saying. Okay. I really appreciate the knowledge and the nuggets of wisdom that you have given our students today. And so the notes that I've taken, I just want to pinpoint some takeaways for our students who are watching. So one of the major things that you need to do is find you a mentor and be a sponge and learn as much as you can from that mentor. Be versatile. That means learn as much as you can about the manufacturing industry or any industry that you want to pursue for that matter. Relationships matter. Relationships are at the core of everything. So that means that you need to be nice to people. You need to be kind to people, and everybody that you encounter, you're going to make an impression on them. So you need to have good first impressions especially. So you need to impress people, and your personal development is all up to you. You are in total and complete control of your personal development. And Myra, you wrapped it up. You did follow your passions.
Mm-hmm.
Follow your passions. You hit it on the head. Build your skill set, but follow your passions. And so once again, I just want to thank you all for your time. I want to thank you for the nuggets of wisdom, and for everybody out there watching, I just want to throw a plug in there. Please go follow our Facebook page, RSS CTE. Go follow our Twitter page at RSS_CTE. Follow our Instagram page at ROAN CTE. And we also have a YouTube channel that's RSS CTE. This is your work-based webinar Wednesday, manufacturing industry highlight of that career cluster. Great information today. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.